We live. We live. Hello, Bruster Buster YouTube community. I today will be playing a Gooner shooter. It's one of my favorite shooters. And it's pretty cool. It just, it's only Gooner because it has some silly artwork, some very, very pornographic artwork, which I may or may not show you. But yeah, it's called some dude called it the world's first Gooner shooter. And I was just like, although it's like it's got like realistic gunplay, but like it has some freaky artwork in it, so that's why it's called a Gooner shooter. Yeah. Oh, 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 that's not it. That's not it. I gotta change my YouTube banner. That shit looks dumb. I also gotta make a new introductory video. I mean, the old one's fine, but eh. Also, I'm listening to my absolutely everything playlist, so there's just a bunch of random bullshit in there. I just was like, it's kind of boring to just listen to the favorites when I don't even know what, like, I'm not really totally all in. It just doesn't give enough variety, you know? Eventually, I mean, this playlist goes all over the place, but eventually it finds a groove. So that's why I feel like listening to this right now. Okay, is it just gonna automatically do it? Because it says it like automatically looks for a game, but I don't know if I can trust that. Oh, it's working. It's working. You know, I was never a big. I like Van Halen, but I'm not really the biggest like Panama fan. I accidentally had to play through this motherfucker twice because what I hit the start from the beginning button because I thought it would give me the option to do New Game Plus, but it didn't. So yeah, I beat this game twice, and you saw that shit right there. You saw that shit. That was some goonery shit. Also, what I was thinking, maybe I could do more Project Brutality gameplay, Doom, but I actually absolutely fucked the shit out of that game uh, over the past couple of days where I'm playing Extermination Day. Might as well just start from the start. Though it's kind of weird that you can't like uh it's weird that you can't see like the opening thing again. Oh my god, it's fucking loud. The music was at a good audio, but the other thing was not it. Sure. Yeah, I'm a little bit rusty, but yeah. Oh yeah, so I was gonna discuss free will. I don't know if I'm gonna do that. I was watching this fucking guy while I was playing that do mod. I was watching this fella. He was like, there. He like does like a big in-depth analysis videos of movies, like sci-fi movies and that sort of thing. And But he made this one video on free will, and I was like, he's kind of a dick about it. He's like, you're just a free will denier. I mean, not like not like the video was that, but his title was kind of like, oh my god, bro. But like, I mean, I brought up before, like, well, what the hell does free will even entail to begin with? Like, what does making a choice entail? Because on the one hand, um, most of life is just reacting to the world around you. So on that front, this shit's still too loud. This shit's still kind of pissing me off. Jesus, probably good. Yeah, I feel like I can't even really hear myself. That's probably all right. I was gonna say, yeah, what even entails a choice? Because hypothetically, I mean, I think most things are like predetermined, right? There, I think that's. Um, yeah, because on the one hand, pretty much everything in your life is predetermined in some manner, but like, and most of your choices come from like algorithmically learning how to deal with certain things and all that sort of thing. But god fucking damn. But like, most people, like, there are certain patterns to things. Like most people end up a certain way if they come from somewhere. Oh boy, a cheesy 80s ballad. Um, yeah, like most people end up a certain way because of where they come from. It's not like they didn't really have you don't really have a choice in how you end up in a lot of ways. In pretty much every way, ultimately. I mean, all most of your life is pretty much determined from just where you're born. Also, that this gun is worse. I just picked up this gun is worse than the one I dropped, but I just it's kind of got worse. So yeah, yeah, like most of your life is pretty much predetermined from where you're born and what you do. Most of your opinions are pretty much picked up from your parents. I mean, nobody's born in a test tube, as others say. That's true. That's very true. Nobody is born in a test tube. And if they are, well, they don't really know how to deal with other people. Yeah, most of what you're taught to do is pretty much just dealing with other people, you know, which is another path. I'm not looking at that. I'm not showing that. Okay, I'm showing it. Oh no, this one's fine. This one's fine, right? Oh my god. Oh my god. Yeah, the perfect game to be. Shut the fuck up. The perfect game to be discussing free will. Yeah, this game has like realistic gunplay, like relatively compared to most games, because you gotta like you know put dick in your ear and fuck it, and fuck what you heard and shit. Like you gotta manually cock that bitch. Like you've been watching this. Yeah, you gotta like sort of manually do it. I mean, it's not like overly complicated, but it's more complicated than most games make it. How do I kick dudes? Oh, I don't mean. Yeah, there's some really freaky characters in the game too. I mean, it's got an interesting story, all things considered, even if it's not very well explained. Okay, so yeah, back to the free will discussion. I think there was a certain thing that came up with the test tube thing in my head, but I forgot what it was. I could play the classic one maybe a bit later. Motherfucker. Motherfucker. See what I mean? Dude, what the fuck? Oh yeah, and most of them are just anime girls under the fits. Yeah, I'm generally much better at these kind of games. Or more accurately, they're much easier probably. I swear there was like a thing up there. You know, he just blew himself up. Wonder how many bullets I'd be dropping if this was real life. Yeah, isn't it kind of weird? People, it's such a normal fucking thing that we're just like most of everything we're doing is just reacting to other people. That's pretty much everything we learn. Pray for me. Pray for me, YouTube audience. Pray for me. Gonna, gonna show me it. Okay, that one was okay. I don't know why. I don't know why it's broken. But like, I don't know exactly what I'm trying to get at. What's that? It's just I think it's important to consider how literally nothing is normal. Like you're used to things, but nothing is objectively normal. And I don't think a lot of people pick up on that. I mean, as far as I can tell. I mean, I think most people would agree with a lot of the things I'm saying right now. So, like I don't think it's that crazy to say that most of what you do is often defined a lot by your background. I mean, even like well, if you grew up poor, it doesn't mean you're gonna end up not poor, but more accurately, oftentimes, I mean, a lot of rich people come from like poor backgrounds because they have to get out of there. Whereas, like, some of these farts are fucking poor as hell. They're are fucking loaded in cash from a child, and then they just get nowhere in life. You know, they lose all that money. I mean, I can't exactly think of an example of that, but y'all probably could. You know, come on, you know. I mean, I wonder if that's like it's kind of like once a family line gets so rich, that's kind of where it like stops. Like maybe like that's the ultimate goal of like just thinking in hypotheticals. This was a less Goonery character. Thinking in hypotheticals, maybe like each family line can only get like super rich, like, or maybe each family line is working their way till eventually one of them eventually gets stinking rich, and then the whole family line is cursed, is pretty much doomed from that point on. Maybe. No, not at all. But I'm just thinking. I'm just thinking. What? Because like I mean, I feel like they should know what I'm yapping about at this point. I mean, that was just like one of those weird conjectures that I occasionally get. Please do not be Gooner. Okay, okay, it's fine. It's fine. I mean, what even? Yeah, no, no. If we're gonna go back on track, I probably gotta really slow down on this shit. I really gotta slow down. I'm just saying, like hypothetically, it's like free will. What defines free will? What do we mean when we're talking free will? Is it about making choices? Because if it is just simply about making choices with the freedom to choose on your own, um, without any of the other factors considered, like the fact that everything is predetermined in some manner, and everything comes off a chain of events, and everything is building off something else. I mean, even if you were born in a test tube, there would be something there. You can't be born in absolute nothing. That's impossible. Wait, wait. Oh, yeah, you can't be born in a test tube. Hold up. I know there's a way to get up there. Yeah, you can't be born without any limitation. Even your own body is pretty much a limitation. You know what I'm saying? You can't be born as just a consciousness in an absolute void of nothing, as far as I can tell. I mean, not this earth, certainly. Maybe there is a universe where that is going on. It's possible. I don't know. Not much is impossible. Stupid, stupid. Ah, whatever. I'm just gonna kick him. I heard something. Yeah, okay, praying again. I'm really gonna need it this time. Okay, not bad, not bad. I mean, I'm pretty much gambling with this, but I keep cutting myself off instead of finishing my thought. Um, yeah, all things considered, all those things I was talking about earlier, all things considered, you technically do have like freedom of choice if you just talk about it in like a normal human perspective, or like I was just saying earlier how there is no normal human perspective. So like an average human perspective. I mean, but that's wrong. I was gonna say nobody's stopping you from doing anything because they literally can. And my gun is breaking. Yeah, nobody's stopping you from doing things, but in a way they are because, It's hard to define exactly what I'm thinking, but yeah, nobody is literally stopping you from doing anything in like a physical sense. You know, I mean, we're defining it as people making choices, essentially, right? People making choices is how we would define free will, right? Oh, come on. God damn. God fucking damn, man. And we're defining it as people making choices. Well, nobody is stopping you from just going out and just killing somebody on the street in a literal physical sense, but like obviously you shouldn't do that. Also, this girl has like a pussy on her, like just like through the soup pussy. Um, yeah, nobody's stopping you from doing some crazy shit. Okay, hypothetically, the law is stopping you. There are things that are stopping you, but not like in like non-physical kind of like you know those sort of ways. There's the whole element of well, everybody you know says it's bad, and frankly, yeah, killing people is pretty bad, so I wouldn't do that. Don't mind me while I kill a person, but I killed a person that was not that was dangerous to me, which is self-defense. That's self-defense, so that doesn't count. And also, they're like zombies or something. That person never even explained in the plot, but yeah, nobody is stopping you from doing any crazy shit in a literal sense. But like hypothetically, shouldn't we take into account all the ways that people are being stopped from doing stuff by like laws and mental, like getting in their head about how this is wrong or right? Would that qualify as taking away free will? I mean, that's not exactly taking away free will. I mean, just because you can do something bad, but you shouldn't do it, and everybody says you shouldn't do it, and everybody wants you to not do it, doesn't necessarily mean they're taking away your free will. Obviously not. But like, so I guess that isn't an argument against free will. Okay, that's just an argument for well, these things should be taken into account in a sort of like mentally blocking, like making a person mentally think a certain way. Would that be restricting their free will? Is the question here, and I don't entirely think it is. The issue really arises when a person can't understand why they shouldn't do something. They just are told they shouldn't do it, and therefore, like people should try to understand why things are a certain way. And I've just been dropping a shit ton of bullets, haven't I? Oh, I've had a shit ton of ammo too. Yeah, it's a little glitchy. Yeah, I mean, is so I don't think most people would consider that taking away free will, saying you can't do a certain thing, because why the fuck would you do a certain thing? And of course, I'm referring to killing people as in killing just some random dude on the street who did absolutely nothing wrong. Like, of course, we all agree you shouldn't do that because why would you do that? Like, there's no good reason to do that, so therefore you shouldn't do it, obviously. And once again, is that restricting free will? Well, I don't think we should have a society built around um, complete freedom. Yep, those are some big, fat, open, out in the air size. and I'm just like barely covering her. Yeah, told you, Gooner shooter, Gooner shooter. But that's not really the thing that makes the free will issue an interesting, complex, and it crashed. It crashed. There's three people watching it. Hello, hello, three people. My game just crashed. I was playing this glorious Gooner shooter entitled Beyond Citadel and discussing free will. I mean, you're welcome to join in. I was gonna get to the part where the whole causal chain stuff. You know, I was just getting about passing the whole idea of restricting someone's freedom indirectly. I mean, does free will mean having? When did I say whatever? Whatever. Yeah, I told you, Gooner shooter. Um, yeah. So pretty much everything you do is determined by the causal chain of events. And, you know, I heard something really interesting about how, like, you know, the universe could not even have a beginning, and we just assume it's a beginning because, I mean, that's just how most of the stuff we know works. There is a beginning and an end to certain things. But, like, we don't even have, like, access to we don't even understand what a moment is exactly. We don't have, like, I was watching Vsauce, and like, we don't even have, like, the exact second something turned into part of the past. You know what I mean? We don't even got that. Yeah, that was just a fucking just a heart. I don't give a fuck. Also, the hands are really fucked up. Like, you see that? There's just a little bit on the bottom of the screen that she'll be like that. Yes, I did. You say something. It's not showing on YouTube if people are saying anything. It says three people are watching, but it's just oh now it says three people are watching. Yeah, they're called secret chambers, but they're literally just the last thing. I don't fuck you. I mean, it's mainly a Gooner shooter because if you see your outfit, there's literally just like a little bit at the top. You seen that? You seen that whole thing right there? Yeah, that little strap is like the only thing covering your cooch. It's the only thing covering, and I just dropped like 30 bullets. It's also got hyper realistic gunplay. Like you literally got to cock the shotgun, and you gotta like properly load this thing. That wasn't even without uh, the uh, uh, what the hell? What the hell? The hell? Okay, well, I didn't even want to go there anyway. What's this? I pray not. It deletes my shit. just asked you to. Oh, I did it. Okay, so the part of the free will discussion that I was getting to was the part where it's like everything happens relating to a causal chain. Because yeah, pretty much everything works off something else, and the whole universe thing where we don't even know if there was actually a beginning. We just believe there was simply because that's how we know things work. Um, so hypothetically, there could just not even be a beginning of the universe, and thus there would be no causal chain, really. I mean no, that doesn't really work because like everything we know works to the logic of causal chain, like this causes that, hypothetically. So that wouldn't really make sense. But it's not impossible since we're just fucking people, bro. I mean, but like I don't know, because things cause you to do things. Everything you do is essentially reacting to something else. Okay, even like what you just want to do absolutely nothing. Why do you want to do absolutely nothing? Oh, because I don't know, because I'm tired of school or something. Simple stuff, simple stuff. And like I'm not the guy to go to actually talk about these things and like with real scientific data or anything. Okay. I mean, I do believe like everything is determined in some way, but then again, there is a thing where in like quantum physics or whatever that there is a certain level of randomness, but once again, everything we know acts like it's not random in like nothing actually random happens on the scale that we live. Okay, like everything can be predicted. That's why we got probability. Okay, if we had good enough technology, we could probably predict everything, which we couldn't have good enough technology because I think that would take like all the energy of the universe to predict literally everything, or we'd have to like simulate it, but we could never perfectly simulate another universe. And even then, how will we know that that is like how our universe works when testing that universe? Even if we base it off our own, who knows? Who knows? If you wanted to get it exactly right, you pretty much have to have everything happen exactly the same, down to like even the smallest details to predict everything, which is too much work, man. Too much work. What's the last one? It's very complex. I mean, like, the world ain't built for us to understand it. So trying to understand it is a pretty hard ass game. Yeah. So does that negate free will if everything happens to a chain of events? Does that negate free will? Well, now that's a hard question. That is a hard question because hypothetically, because yeah, everything you do is determined to some extent by, you know, gen like your genetics and like all these different factors. And like, come off it, bro. Come off it, bro. Why didn't it fire that time? Yeah, also like all the enemies are just anime babes and fits, pretty much. Um, I could show y'all my collection of images, my secret image collection I get from exploring the maps. I mean, the question I was asking um, about relating to the free will thing is like, I mean, I don't think I could possibly answer that to any degree, like, like I'd actually know it. I mean, all things considered, I just think free will is not even a topic. It's like one of those things where it's like, we as humans made up this idea, and therefore it can't be explained in any logical manner. You know, like hypothetic, because like you can't really answer this sort of question because it's completely made up based on things that we believed we understood, but we don't. So like the simple answer is essentially, well, yeah, because technically you choose to do certain things, even if it was determined by everything else. I guess you do have free will, but like you don't have the will to choose your situation. Like you have the will to choose you have the will to choose things that you can do that you will ultimately do, but it is based on like everything that's led up to that certain thing, based on how you were raised and your genetics and all these sorts of things. Oh, yeah, these guys don't. Yeah, I'm doing a lot of shit for playing this game one-handed, aren't I? Take this bitch. Bro, how you gonna stealth with a tank? Like a comically large tank? Or, well, not really comically large. It's like pretty average sized tank. I mean, yeah, the thing is, we don't really have the will to choose our moment to moment circumstances. But even in a certain way, we do. But a lot of our life is pretty much determined. A lot of our lives are pretty much determined by where we were raised and all these sorts of things. All these absurd things that for some reason people care about. Like for some reason people care about the color of your skin. I don't know why people do that. I know. I mean, well, I do know why people do that because it's like animal urges to fear outsiders. Because humans are animals. Big shocker. Big shocker. Big twist. Yeah, that really the fact that this whole thing doesn't really make sense when you think about like there are certain ideas that really just under any scrutiny don't really make any sense because they're based on weird human understandings of things. Like you can't exactly define certain things because simply people don't make sense. We have a certain like our thoughts don't exactly work in like universal logic of things, if you know what I mean. Because there's all these other factors that lead to certain thoughts. I mean, like I feel like having free will is beneficial to like survival, you know? It's like it's a beneficial thing for survival to believe that you have free will, even though ultimately you're just doing it. There's also like the fact that there's a good chance that everything you do it's based on some sort of goal, and I hate these vehicle levels, dude. They suck. They suck. So I just avoid them. I just don't get in the vehicle. Yeah. I lost track of my thoughts. Look, I have a lot of things going in my ears right now. A lot of things to focus on. So I'm just gonna like speed run this and just try not to die. But ultimately, it can be quite hard to speed run when you got like all these fuckers coming after you. Yeah, try me, bitch. I mean, um, the thing is, I don't believe that we really have like the capacity to. I mean, once again, I don't really. My opinion is that free will doesn't exist in the simple, the kind of like the simple outlook of the universe kind of way, where it's like, I don't really know how to define exactly what I'm thinking of right now. Like, I'm thinking like, I think most people don't think about how a lot of these universal laws really affect their lives and stuff. You know, it's just like, where does free will come in when you have like this, like, where does free will come in when you have all these things influencing how you ultimately end up? Because um like, yeah, you have all these things influencing how you end up, your genetics, your family, and all those sorts of things, the place you were born in, all of those things. That's all determining things. Where does the free will part come in? It just simply doesn't. It just really don't like that. Like, there's not really any exact, like because I've had this discussion with other people, of course. This isn't like the first time I've ever tried to discuss it with people. I mean, I don't think there's any exact way free will could it fucking hell. Yeah, that's some coochie right there. Yeah, I don't think there's any. I mean, I just think the question of free will is a much more complex topic than do we have it or do we not? You know? I mean, in my simple answer to it is it just doesn't exist in the sense that you can really ultimately choose who you want to be, who you will be. I mean, you do to a certain extent have control over those things, but and the reason you want to change who you are is ultimately determined by the people around you just as much as the reason you want to stay the same and all of these other internal factors. Like, if you grow up poor but decide, no, no, I wanna have a fucking Porsche or something, and you work towards that. Well, why did you want the Porsche in the first place? It didn't just come from nowhere, okay? Nobody wants a Porsche simply because they want a Porsche. Nobody wants a Porsche for absolutely no reason other than the fact that you want. Well, the reason you'd want a Porsche is most likely because the world around you sees it as like a wealth symbol, you know, or because you think it looks cool. I don't know. Like I don't give a fuck about having a Porsche. I don't want a Porsche. If I could afford it, maybe. I don't know what I'd do in that sort of situation. That's not a question I'm particularly interested in answering because I don't really know how I would ultimately do in a lot of different situations. I mean, I'd be just like a completely different person if I had $1 million, probably. But I don't really want to be rich. I mean, I probably ultimately would buy a Porsche just because a Porsche is a Porsche. You see, the point I'm trying to get at is that nobody wants something just because for absolutely no reason. Okay, there's always a reason you want something. There's usually a reason given to you by the world around you. Like this idea, this song fucking bangs. I ain't gonna lie, this song fucking bangs, Jesus. And it's also 24 minutes. What's going on here? I'm just trying to. Okay. Very funny. Very funny. Can I just oh my goodness. Something fucked up. But I mean I think y'all get what I'm getting at was this. That nobody ever wants anything just because wanting something is something. Yeah, this is really screwed. Oh well we're kind of back at it. Yeah, but I was just trying to get back into the game, but now it's kind of fucked up. Oh, here we go again, closing it. Okay, so what I was saying was, yeah, essentially, nobody wants things just to want them. Okay, there's always something else going on there. There's always some reason you want something. Okay, thoughts do not just come from nowhere, and you realize, what if you're thinking things, usually thoughts just come to you. You don't find them. When you're trying to search for a thought you had, you can't really like sometimes you're just thinking something, like you're trying to have some clear cut, explainable idea of something, and then you get caught by other ideas that just feel like they came out of nowhere. I mean, they didn't inherently just come from nowhere, of course. They come from a multitude of other reasons, most particularly the fact that, the fact that what you were already discussing and other like things that are already consistent with how you think, all these sorts of things. Like I feel like I'm not treading any new ground when I'm discussing these things. But, see. What's the glitchy? I mean, you never do anything just to do something. You know, there's always some reason behind why you do something, of course. And so is free will just there's part of it is free will just kind of like just doing things to do them. Is that what free will is? Well, then that free will we don't have because we just don't just do things to do them as much as some. When you really think about why you do things, you never just do them to just do them. You know, that just doesn't work at all with any realistic sense of logic if you actually think about it. And I don't know why my stuff just disappeared. So there's another free will debunk, I guess. That was pretty much the discussion we were trying to have. Or more actually, I'm trying to have with myself. I'm already tired of this discussion, damn it. As in, I've been saying so much shit. Oh, my throat hurts. If there's really three people watching, I'm telling y'all can join in, bro. Now that you don't have some opinion to add, but yeah. I mean, look, this game is not. Oh, I did the thing. I gotta stop fucking doing that. Fuck. I think yeah, I heard this bitch ass song on the radio. It's kind of okay, but I might be skipping it. It's just kind of a nothing song, you know, like most of the stuff on the radio. So then why did I put it on my playlist? Because it was kind of okay. That's what a lot of tracks on this playlist are. It's kind of okay. What I did the thing. I mean, well, I was gonna say there's like this game like where you shoot fucking panties. Like, well, I saw this guy play a game. I mean, but the reason this one is the first Gooner shooter is because it's a boomer shooter. It's a boomer shooter. It's a Doom clone. You know, as they would call it 100 years ago. It's a boomer shooter. It's a boomer shooter with gooning. You can goon to this. I feel like it's very possible to beat this game one-handed if you have a certain kind of mouse. A certain kind of mouse that I do in fact have. But if you've been paying attention, I've been strafing, so I lied about playing this one-handed. Sorry, sorry, I'm not good enough to play this shit one-handed. Yeah, these kind of enemies was the shields. They were a real pain in the ass on my first playthrough, and kind of like at first I was like, well, this is the most incredible thing I played. But I got really tired of facing these guys and really brought the whole thing down until I figured out the whole they have weak spots thing. Like this guy has the you can hit him in the head. Okay, okay, three people. Pray for me. Pray for me. They have freaky imagery, and it's in these kind of things. There's freaky images. Okay, pray that this is not one of them, or pray that it is one of them. That one's on the Steam page, so I wouldn't count it, but it is kind of weird. kind of odd, kind of a little freaky. Maybe I should play the first one. You know, I haven't played the first one in quite a bit. I remember I played that one and it was like really, really, really damn good. And that was like, um, I like, I wanted to keep playing it so bad that I ended up, like, I broke my laptop, my old laptop. I done broke it when I was playing that game, or not from playing that game, but like one day I just opened it up and the screen was fucked, and it was while I was in my playthrough of that game. So, and I was so desperate to keep playing it that eventually I just played it in a more inferior way because I just really wanted to play it, and that was kind of awkward. I played it on the Steam Deck, which sucked. This game is not made. That game was not made to play with um controller. So yeah, it stunk. One tap, one tap. You know what I really feel like hearing right now? Some Kansas. What even is this song? Oh. Yeah. Okay. Sure. You know, this gun really acts funny all the time, man. You know, it feels like the wall climbing thing wasn't really working earlier. I've only listened to like the first two Van Halen albums in full. I thought they were both pretty sweet, but I don't give a fuck. You know, they aren't exactly the type of thing that I go crazy for. Yeah, no, this one's about wanting to have sex with your teacher. You know, I wonder how like Van Halen fans, like older Van Halen fans, felt about like Jump and that sort of thing, where they started introducing the synths. Like, I know they aren't the biggest fans of like the fucking damn it. I know they aren't exactly the biggest fans of the David Lee Roth era, which yeah, fair enough. But I'm talking about 1984 when they had Jump on it. Like, did they like that? I don't know. Any Van Halen fans in the audience? Okay, that one wasn't too bad. I'm just saying, there's some really bad ones. And I'm pretty much gambling like if I'm gonna if I'm gonna get banned or not by looking at them. But I'm like, well, I gotta look at them. I gotta show them to the audience, to the future people who watch this. Or maybe there isn't three people watching this and my phone is lying to me. Very probable. Very probable. Just saying. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I mean, I played through these levels quite a few times in my tenure as a Gooner shooter player. I mean, it's not like I played this game like 100 hours of this game or anything, but you know, I played these early levels quite a bit, and I've gotten used to them. No, you are not hot, Eddie Van Halen, or whoever is singing. You are not hot. I'm sorry. Hate to break it to you. And I still don't know why the hands have been fucked up forever, and I doubt the developer has even noticed it or anything. And there's certainly something like a little extra interesting about the levels in the original. I really wish you could just play all the old levels in this one. That'd be really cool. Simply because the gameplay is just like way more refined, you know? I mean, it's not like a perfectly put together game, but it's definitely like better than the original in a lot of ways. Yeah, I almost fumbled that. Hey, I'm literally climbing it. Oh God, dude. Yet you always get to stare at her thighs on the way down. Yeah, that sounds like something. Well, shut the fuck up. It just obnoxiously beeped at me. And for what? Hold up, I gotta add some Kansas to the queue. Not gonna lie. I swear I just removed them. There are two songs on my mind. Can you guess which ones they are? I don't know what window change was smushed between for whom the bell tolls and cleanse the soul. That's kind of weird. Okay, back to it. Yeah, the boss fights are really boring. Wait. I didn't. About to finger this bitch to death. Watch this. Watch this. You got the touch of an angel there. How you like that, bitch? Touch me. The song by the Doors. You know, this level is really good for getting the repair parts, which are basically mandatory. And these guys are also just really annoying, so, we all profit. Yeah, I think my favorite episode was probably episode 3, but I'm not totally certain. Damn, it's already 3:30. What the hell? Oh, secret level, secret level. The secret level that I go to every single boss fight. I mean, I, I mean, I always go to a secret level. I can't tell if there's like secret brother sister fucking implications. Like I don't know if that was intentional, if that was part of the whole thing or whatnot. There's two people watching. Yeah, I feel like that was like I'm sorry, sister. I've caused you a lot of trouble because my body doesn't listen to me. I'm sure you'd be freer without me. When I'm better, let's go somewhere warm and air, sister. Oh wait, that bitch is dying of exhaustion. Told you, realistic game. Legs. I'm so fucking tired of this damn song, dude. Y'all are lucky to not hear, and y'all can't even see it. Damn it, damn it. And now it's doing the thing again. Now it's doing the thing again. That's not what I meant to do. There you go. I listened to what? Well, this is what I listened to that you couldn't see. And here's the current cue. Yippee! So exciting that you can't. So exciting that you can't even hear any of the music anyway. So what's even the point of having it up there? Well, it's called. So shut up if you were saying that. Shut up. Spooky. That's actually armor for me. Yeah, I think this was my favorite one. They got the water level quite good, but I don't know. I mean, it's definitely more interesting when I had no idea what was going on. Go figure. I mean, I might as well just end off the stream by showing off my collection of freaky imagery that's in this game from looking for secrets. Dude, I doubt I'm gonna beat it this afternoon. I don't know if I feel like playing through the whole thing again right now. I just wanted to play a Gooner shooter, man. Oh, no, no. Oh, hi. Suck a dick. Suck a ding dong. Suck a duck a ding dong. You know, I really like this song for the solo. The solo's pretty sweet. This is the most boring Scorpions album ever released, though, without a doubt. It's the most straightforward, uninterestingly written album. Like altogether, I pretty much only enjoy like a riff here and there, Send Me an Angel, and Restless Nights. The rest of it, I don't give a fuck. Motherfucker, motherfucker, do not, motherfucker, motherfucker. Oh my god! 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 I'm not listening to "Sucker for Pain" by like one of the most corporate. Fuck that. Honestly, get it the fuck off my playlist too. Yeah, get that shit off my playlist. That is like, oh, it's just like so corporate manufactured, bro. Be that as like 500 different artists credited. Uh, wait, what? It's not on here. Oh, oh, this is the wrong playlist. Wrong playlist. Sorry, sucker for pain fans, but you should go kill yourself. I told, I'm saying I do take stuff off my playlist. Okay, to add the next shit. You know, I think the first time I really got into the song was live playing this game. Actually, I think it was in the same episode too, or maybe the following episode. It was a vehicle level. I mean, well, yeah, you have to start the whole damn thing over again. That's so much fucking work, dude. So much fucking work for a jobless prick like me. God, I am just so sad about this. I'm so sad about this that I could like do something to somebody. Of course, you have to cock your shotgun in the world's glorious best Gooner shooter ever made. Much better than I don't know, panty raid video game. But I did miss this, so there's that. I wish there was a ground pound like in most other FPSs was this kind of movement. A stomp. It'd be quite useful because sometimes you just get like stuck in the air for like 15 years. You know, I have not touched the final act of this game in a while. It's a pretty fun act, all things considered. true. That was a bad choice, wasn't it? Not a bad choice. Whatever. I think I could just buy it back anyway. And I have racks, so I think I'm okay. You know, I'm realizing with my incoming streaming career, one thing I'm definitely gonna start working on is giving like space to breathe between my sessions of yapping, rather than just constantly yapping. I mean, right now it's fine, probably. I mean, like, understand you gotta keep the audience, you gotta keep yapping to keep the audience entertained. But there is like, I just be constantly yapping, and that's kind of like, it gives no space to breathe or ruminate on the thoughts I've tried to share. I mean, it works for like a discussion podcast. I don't know. I just feel like sometimes I'd be talking too fast, simply for the express purpose of keeping the audience engaged, which works. I just almost did the same thing. I mean, it's like it's just balance. I gotta find balance. It's important to keep your audience entertained, but it's also important to give space to breathe. I'm also just kind of out of breath. Like I don't usually yap this much to your average fella on the street. All right, or even people I know very well, except for like when I'm texting with some people. I'll be sending like paragraphs and paragraphs of shit to get all my thoughts out onto the paper. Oh yeah, this level was pretty cool, but I s- I don't remember this being the immediate one. I thought there was a level. I swore there was a different one in the immediate aftermath of that one. I thought we were going like straight to this. Maybe I should bring it up. That'd be a spoiler. No spoilers. Oh, motherfucker. What? 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 What the fuck, man? Is there just too much shit going on or something? Is there just too much shit? I mean, I do got a little bit of stuff on in the background. Fuck you, AVG tune up. Fuck you. Okay? Get the fuck out of here. I don't want to deal with you. Okay? Where's the. How do I uninstall this shit again? I'll uninstall it another time. I've also kind of maybe left my laptop on for quite a while. So it could just be that. But I don't know. Okay, I don't know. Like normally, it isn't that this bad normally. I don't. Uh, uh. Ay, 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 bro. Ay, ay, ay. Ay, ay, ay. That's solid. My laptop is acting funny right now. You know, I don't really know what the problem is right now. It's plugged in. It's also kind of warm. Should be fine. I just hope it can make it through the rest of the stream. That would be nice. You don't feel like resetting it right now because at that point I'd probably just give up on the stream. You don't feel like starting another stream, even though it wouldn't be that much work. Let's see. Graphic, graphical preferences. I do not need 120, 120 FPS. Medium. Sure. In fact, let's just put down to 60. Right, that'll work. Okay, it's still acting like it doesn't want to run properly. I mean, there's so many damn projectiles too. I mean, my gun's acting funny, but I know it's not because of the game itself. Or well, it's not because it's dicking around. It's because the condition is pretty bad. Pretty bad. And the reason you be aiming this shit most of the time is simply because, oh motherfucker, it's because you gotta, fix it up. You gotta cock it. You gotta put your dick in it. Put your dick in, put that dick in your ear and fuck what you heard. Motherfucker, motherfucker. Not right now, motherfucker. There are definitely a number of other boomer shooters I'd be willing to play on stream. And there are plenty of games I'd totally be down to do, but I don't think any other ones will get the views that playing a Gooner shooter. What the? You see this? You see this? Just saying, pure Gooner shooter. Gooner shooter material. What's that? Every single that three of them. Three of them. So there is one more I did not get. Ah, aha, there it is. Let us rejoice. Let us goon. Oh, oh, oh. Okay, I don't think it's working. Oh, it did. They just throw a ton of those kind of motherfuckers at you towards the end, though. There is just like constantly just big motherfuckers with like big health bars, and you gotta hit them in the right spot or they ain't gonna die. And that was why I kind of got tired of the second half. But once I got, oh yeah, yep, this is why this level is probably my favorite. Yeah, this level is pure peak. Can't go there. I really like the more interior tight levels, like in most shooters. Just in general, I think it's better for game design. I like taking advantage of all the capabilities of this fella indoors. Wait, did I not do the thing? Nope, no. Holy shit. Yeah, these guys just throw a shit ton of bombs at you. I'm about to blow this whole motherfucking planet. I'm about to blow this whole motherfucking planet. I'm about to bomb this whole motherfucking planet. But he just blew up. I mean, just like every single other one blew up. I literally never use grenades. I ain't gonna lie. Why am I going this way? Where am I going? No reason. Yeah, the next level is pretty cool too. Actually, I know there were certain levels where you can just soft lock yourself. It's just a generic, cheesy '80s ballad, but like not the rock kind. Okay, Love Locked In is a pretty decent song. Okay, this one is pure radio slop, right? Pure radio slop. I'll buy my hamburger, sussy balls. Little mosey is white. Sussy D balls. Oh yeah. No, this part's pretty cool. Honestly. I mean, when you know what you're doing, which I clearly do not. I think some of these enemies that you only need like one shot to kill can be really satisfying in these sorts of levels where you like have a lot of vertical movement. Oh, here we go. Yeah, this thing's fucked. Lungs. Why does it have pretty eyes? It's just fucking lungs. You know, sometimes I feel like the original had like better level design at times. And if one suffers from the fact that it had to do different things, not really, but kind of. I don't even know what I'm talking about. You know, this level fucks pretty hard too. Please do not blow up my whole motherfucking PC. Thank you. Yeah, no, this is probably like top tier water level for me, even though it's pretty much just floating around and leaping around to other random shit. It's pretty fun, man. I swear in the prior game there was like water levels, but they're kind of weird. Like I think you need a specific gun for doing it, or maybe I'm thinking of something else. I don't know. I just know I think these ones were better. Kaput level over. I mean, there's some like really good ass levels throughout the whole game. So saying this is like undeniably, these couple are like undeniably the best is kind of cray cray. I mean, the more you play these two games, the more you realize, well, this guy isn't exactly a professional developer of games. You can kind of feel it. Okay, I'm gonna lie. As much as I like it, that is the deal. That is something. Yeah, no, this mech stuff is much more fun. I mean, certainly, I think the things that make this game and the prior game really fun is like the shooting. It's like a balance between the shooting and the level design, which isn't like perfect on every level, but it like does some interesting stuff that other games don't really do. It certainly knows how to have fun. Yeah, generally speaking, I had more time today than I would usually have. I mean, I just started the stream a bit earlier than usual, so thus I had more time. Yeah, I think the more I play this one, the more I do quite miss some of the old levels. I mean, they weren't always like crazy good or anything, but this one definitely treads. This whole game definitely treads a little closer towards like your usual boomer shooter sort of like the usual fast-paced boomer shooter stuff. Yeah, whereas with the last game had more of its own identity, and this certainly has its own identity about it. It's got like good atmosphere, and the weapons are like the shooting is definitely not something that most shooters can. Not most shooters can claim that they have like really realistic gunplay and play like a boomer shooter. That's probably the best part of the game. I mean, I love it. It's arguably more well designed than the last one, and I really wish I could just have the weapons and the gameplay in the old levels now. Like I legit just wish you could, honest to God, just play the old levels in this one because I know other games that do allow you to. Like I played Spark the Electric Jester 3, and you can just play Spark the Electric Jester 2 levels in that one. Yeah, usually I'm like completely out of armor at this point, but I mean I'm low on like ammo and stuff, but well, that's not armor. It's like once you run out of armor, it just blows up, and you gotta find another. Yeah, I should definitely. I haven't gone back to the first game in a while. 'Cause I tried to once, and it was kind of. It just didn't feel right. I'm so damn used to how this one plays that it just felt wrong. It was like something about like the camera weirded me out. In fact, I wouldn't mind doing that right now. I still got time. After I finish this level, of course. I mean, it's not a very hard level, I'll leave you to. Yeah, I ain't being this boss. I don't give a fuck. Not really feeling most of this cue. Yeah, it's the same character design. I mean, I probably won't be playing for this. I won't be on for much longer. Yeah, I think this one has a new game plus, right? Properly. Yeah, it is definitely a bit simpler. Lysandre. Lysandre. You're like the only two people in the game. This is gonna be weird. Yeah, this one's a bit more straightforward in just about every conceivable way. Oh, hello. That better not be it. Okay, I was gonna say. Yeah, something about the camera really weirded me out when I came back to play it. I mean, the sequel is pretty much everything I could have possibly wanted when I first played it. Yeah, I mean, I've played that game. I played through those early levels enough to get bored of them in the other one. So coming back to this is definitely interesting. I mean, it almost succeeds. It's almost better in certain ways just because it is simpler. The simplicity is kind of nice. Oh, that was a funny joke. It's certainly a little rough around the edges, but I mean, maybe I don't know. I mean, I know it would like invalidate this game if you could just play the whole thing in the sequel, of course. But I don't know. I don't think most people would think about it like that. But then again, most people probably don't think, "Oh God, I wish I could just play this one with the mechanics of the other one." Yeah, no, now it's not bothering me as much as it did that one time. Yeah, that one time I returned to it. I mean, it just felt really off that one time, you know? Yeah, I mean, it's kind of nice that you don't have to deal with all the mechanics of breaking it and shit. Because that can get annoying, and sometimes it's fun to just go back to the simplicity of the first one. I mean, I don't think that makes it inherently better because I still like that game more. How do I, how do I use my, I'm trying to heal, man. Trying to heal, sir. Ah, there we go. There we go. In the sequel, you have to use like the F keys for some reason. And it's funny you just use like ZXC. A Gooner who's a gunner. Yeah, I don't remember the health being this dang low. Yeah, I'm realizing how much I kind of missed the simplicity of this one. It's just a good old school shooter. Oh my goodness. I'm at negative 63 health. Aww. I mean the health thing is not very fun though. I have like it's just low health, dude. Oh, oh, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Want to see me skip the whole level? Yes, you do. There are people. Watch this. I'm dead. Oh, oh. Just kidding. Just kidding. That wasn't even. Oh, this is kind of a pain in the ass. I mean, immediately you get hit with this in the first level, and like the second level. And that's kind of what I liked about these levels. They act like this. You can just skip parts like that. Not even like crazy. It's just like part of the game essentially. Difficulty by playing out. Mhm. That's right. That's fine. I'm not even playing on hard. You got a sniper. Yes, I do. Sound effect is not as good as the last game, but y'all wouldn't know. Hard attack. I mean, it's statistically probable that somebody had a heart attack the second I said heart attack. Or fucking Guess you just gotta take it slow. Plot twist. Yeah, it's kind of weird how the crosshair just tells you if you kill a dude. Yeah, it's also really weird that you do like the secondary fire with the middle button. Gotta put it. Gotta put it. Yeah, I think next time I'm doing a stream, I'm probably not gonna be playing a shooter. I've played enough shooters recently, and I'm kind of bored. Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! 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 I just did all that. I just did all that, and I'm gonna die. I gotta finish this level at least, but oh man, motherfucking, motherfucking, what the hell is it? Oh, this song. I'm sorry, no, I don't feel like it. Gamepad, face button left. Gamepad, face button left. Touch me. Yeah, I know they kind of recreate this level in the other game. Yep, I'm done. I'm done. No, no, motherfucker. Okay, well, thank you to the few people who watched and stuff, and I'm tired, and I'm gonna stop streaming. And bye bye. Have a good